All right, welcome back everyone to another episode of A Gamer's Opinion here on Gotta Be Legend Live, Gotta Be Legend TV here on YouTube. And today, of course, right, is February the 17th, 2021. It's a Wednesday, so we're gonna go ahead and recap, right, all the news from the past gaming week, right, or all the news from gaming in this past week. So we're gonna go ahead and start today. Actually, salute to everyone watching. We're gonna go ahead and start today with what you see on the screen. This is something that I just saw not too long ago, and I was a huge fan of the first game. I had this. I'm sorry, the first movie. Excuse me. I had this movie on VHS. Believe it or not, I knew this movie word for word, and that's pretty crazy. But of course, as we all know, Mortal Kombat movie is getting rebooted later on this year. And as you see on the screen, Mortal Kombat movie get a closer look at Melina, Kung Lao, and many more. They have officially entered the arena. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what they have, right? So today they went ahead and released the movie character poster. So I want to go ahead and show everyone what they have. Really dope stuff. So let's take a look, right? So starting here, right, we have Sub-Zero, right? As you see, April 16th, right, in theaters and HBO Max, right? So keep in mind, right, next month in March, they're going to have the Justice League Snyder Cut, and then a month later, they're going to have Mortal Kombat, right? So a lot of people are looking forward to this movie. The first movie was awesome. The second movie was garbage, and we're all looking forward to this, right? I know I am. I definitely expect to watch this. I do want to see this. I love Mortal Kombat. I always loved Mortal Kombat as a child. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the first game when it first came out on Super Nintendo. I didn't get to play it on the arcade or in the arcade, but I did see it as a child growing up in New York City, right, in the movie theater, right? There was a movie theater by my house, by Worldwide Plaza in Midtown. There was a movie theater there. They had it there, and later on, right, it became known as a $2 movie theater. For those of you in New York City that may know, right, there was a $2 movie theater in Midtown Manhattan by Worldwide Plaza. Back then, though, that movie theater used to play new releases, and they had Mortal Kombat arcade there. So I remember seeing it there. I didn't get to play it, but I used to see my friends play it. But I did get to play Mortal Kombat, the first game, on Super Nintendo shortly after its release, right, on the Mortal Monday, right, playing it at my cousin's house, and I've been a fan since. So I'm looking forward to this movie, and I'm really excited to see what they do. So that's what we have right here. We have Sub-Zero. Looks fucking crazy, man. Look at that. Look at the detail on his armor, man. Like, it's gonna be dope. Next up, we have Kano. As you see, it's a little different than when we expected it to be or know it as, right? When he has that plate, but you can see there's something there. Obviously, he's had some reconstructive surgery, but he still has the infrared eye. Looks dope. I like what I see. Next up, we have Melina. Right, Melina, of course, is supposed to be a Tarkatan race. I don't know what it is, man. Just an abomination, really. So she looks pretty fucked up, right? So looks like she's been through some shit, and I like what I see. Kung Lao, obviously, with his patented razor blade hat, his armor, looks dope, man. Looks really dope. Shang Tsung looks creepy, man. You know, look at his armor, man. It has like eyes on it that glow like souls. That's pretty dope. You know, he looks pretty fucking crazy too. It looks like a fucking. He looks like he almost looked like Freddy Krueger without the burnt face, right? So I mean, look at his face, man. Even though Kari Tarawa, right, was the first Shang Tsung, right, actor for the first movie. He does look a little similar. He looks a little older too. They do have a similarity, but this guy looks fucking creepy. He looks scary, actually. Should be good. Obviously, then we have Sonya Blade, right? Remember, of course, Bridget Wilson, right? Played Sonya Blade in the first movie. Huge fan of that. Everybody really enjoyed her role. This looks good, though. I like what I'm seeing. That's Sonya Blade. And then, of course, we have the main character, Liu Kang, right? Remember, Robin Shu played Liu Kang in the first movie. First movie was good. Second movie, Annihilation, was terrible. But the first movie was awesome. And we got this guy, playing Liu Kang, Fireball champion. You know what I mean? Mortal Kombat champion. I like it. I like it. And then, of course, we have the Thunder God, Raiden. It was too bad that they never brought back Christopher Lambert, right? Christopher Lambert did a hell of a job in the first movie, super funny. But the second movie they changed it. It wasn't as good, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Christopher Lambert did a hell of a job in the first movie, but he was more of a comedian in that movie, right? But we'll see what role they give Raiden in this movie. But I like what I'm seeing, and then of course Jax, right? Major Jackson Briggs with his cybernetic arms, right? There you have it, folks. And then of course the one and only Scorpion, the fan favorite. Look at the armor, right? Look at his eyes. Man, he's gonna fucking give a lot of kids nightmares. You know what I mean? Like a lot of kids are gonna be freaking the fuck out when they see him. But I like what I'm seeing. It's very, very dark, and I like the way they set up the armor. I like the way they set up the costumes. It looks good. It looks really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. About 2 months from now, right? April 16th, folks. Mark it on your calendars. Mortal Kombat the movie is coming. Not sure who this might be. I'm assuming it might be possibly Johnny Cage. I would think so. But yeah, check that out. And then of course the logo, the new revised logo for Mortal Kombat. So that's Mortal Kombat. Those are the character movie posters. I like what I'm seeing. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be dope, man. It's really gonna be dope. Let's see, as you see here, right? So Joe Taslim is playing Sub-Zero. Josh Lawson is playing Kano. CC Stringer is playing Melina. Max Huang is playing Kung Lao. Chin Han is playing Shang Tsung. Jessica McNamee is playing Sonya Blade. Ludi Lin is playing Liu Kang. Tadanobu Asano is playing Raiden. Bachad Brooks is playing Jax. Hiroyuki Sanada is playing Scorpion. And Louis Tan is playing Cole Young. So this is a brand new character, actually. This isn't even freaking Johnny Cage. Actually, it's a new guy called Cole Young, an all-new character described as a washed-up MMA fighter who bears a mysterious birthmark in the shape of the Mortal Kombat symbol on his chest. Okay, that's interesting. So what are they going to do with that? I don't know. Maybe they'll make it seem as though he was born on Earth, right, to facilitate the invasion of Outworld. Maybe he's some sort of next of kin of Shao Kahn, or I don't know. That's interesting. Washed up MMA fighter seems very similar to what we had with Johnny Cage. Because remember, Johnny Cage, not only did he do martial art movies, he was supposed to be a martial arts champion as well. That ended up doing movies too. Remember. So that's very interesting. Maybe they replaced the character of Johnny Cage with Cole Young to try to introduce some sort of angle, right, where someone on Earth is born, right, but is next of kin of someone from Outworld or another realm or whatever that may be. So that's pretty interesting, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So yeah, remember the date, folks. April 16th, right? It's going to come out on theaters and HBO Max. I'm excited to see it. It's going to be dope. So just keep that in mind, right? There's going to be a trailer also tomorrow, right? The posters were unveiled alongside the announcement of the new trailer arriving on Thursday. So be sure to see that. Next up, Street Fighter V, right? This game came out in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I bought it when it first came out. I've been playing Street Fighter V day one. I've been a Street Fighter fan for a long time, along with Mortal Kombat. I've loved both. Honestly, I love Mortal Kombat. I love Street Fighter, and I love Tekken. And right now, of course, Street Fighter V Season 5, right, begins February 22nd, which is going to be, of course, next week, right? That's going to be on Monday, right? So here's my thing about Street Fighter V. I remember when they first, released the game, right? They were gonna have you, pay $60, and there wouldn't be any extra version, right? Like Ultra or anything like that. But obviously, that doesn't have seemed to be the case, right? Because now we have Champion Edition, right? So they said they weren't gonna do it, but they pretty much did, right? And they did it with seasons, right? They didn't make you buy necessarily a new disc, right? They just made you buy DLC, which is practically the same thing. So Capcom lied about that. Is it Capcom's fault, or Ono's fault. I don't know. Ono's not there anymore. But now we have Street Fighter V. Now, I've long speculated that Street Fighter 6, right, is coming soon. I speculated that it will also be exclusive to the PlayStation, just as Street Fighter V was, or still is, alongside PC, right? But in terms of consoles, it's still PS, PlayStation. So, I mean, we're up to Street Fighter Season 5. This game has been going on for 5 years. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they said they weren't going to make more iterations, but they did. They really did. You know, they had Arcade Edition. Now they have Champion Edition. Next, I expect it to be Master Edition or whatever the fuck it might be. But I'm not surprised. It's Capcom. This is what they do. So anyway, speaking of which, here we have it. So this is the winter update. New fighters, stage, and V-Shift ability come to Street Fighter V, along with a new battle balance update. Okay, so let's check out the trailer, folks. It's pretty long, 25 minutes. I'm not going to sit here for 25 minutes, I'll tell you that much. Let's just get to where we got to get to. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Okay, so backgrounds from Alpha. So
それではローズ自身を実際見ていっていただきたいと思います。ローズ自身がストリートファイター0アルファ
Alright, that's online.
Can't start the show without a star.
Oh my days! Wasn't this that luck kick we're going to the final?
Well, those are just online things. Alright, so anyway. Dan Hibiki makes a return. The troll of Street Fighter is back. Dan Hibiki, the master of Psycho, returns to Street Fighter V to show who's the best. Dan comes equipped with new moves and mechanics that will give him an offensive edge over his opponents. So Dan is back. He is a fan favorite, even though he is considered the worst out of all the Shotos. People love Dan, right? He's a spoof character. People enjoy his antics, and you know, I'm not upset to see him around. So Dan is back. Next up, we have the Rose. Of course, Rose, introduced right in the Alpha series. A lot of people do like Rose. I think Rose is pretty cool, so that's cool to see. V-Shift, right? So anyway, check this out. V-Shift, a new defensive mechanic in Street Fighter V. Releasing as a free update on February 22nd, Monday, is a new V-System mechanic in Street Fighter V called V-Shift. This new defensive mechanic allows you to get out of tough situations. It can be executed at virtually any time in a match at the cost of 1 bar of V-Gauge, and if timed correctly, will allow you to execute a fully invincible backdash that slows down time for a short period and allows you to plan your next move against the counter of your opponent's attack. This move is also invincible to throws, so it's an incredibly effective defensive option during many situations. If you successfully time a V-Shift, you will regain half of your used V-Gauge bar. Pretty cool. Okay, so there you have it. New free stage, the grid alternative, so practically, you know, training, just with a new look. Bonus content for Season 5 pass owners, so we have 11, right? I guess this is one of the characters belonging to the 12 clan, or, you know, wherever 12 was from. But practically, it's just like Mokujin, right? If you guys remember Tekken, where he can play as different people, right? Different characters in the series. This is what 11 is going to be doing, right? So, surprise, we've snuck in one more gameplay feature to kick off Season 5. 11 will be released as a bonus with a purchase of the Season 5 pass, also arriving when Dan releases on February 22nd. 11 is a prototype version of Street Fighter 3's 12, and was created by Guild's secret organization. 11 acts as a mimic character, randomly transforming itself into any character that you currently own in Street Fighter V. This transformation occurs as you load into battle, and will also choose a random V-skill and V-trigger for you. The mimic character will retain 11's color scheme while still performing exactly like the character being duplicated. Pretty cool. So there you have it. And then, as you see here at the bottom, right, Season 5 Character Pass and Premium Pass. Speaking of Character and Premium Pass, here's what's included with each of them, right? So you get 5 new characters, right? You get Dan, you get Rose, you get Oro, and Akira, plus an empty character. We don't know who it is, because it's not 11. He's over here. So we'll see. All 5 characters, colors 3 through 10, bonus content 11, and fighter profile theme, and then a PS4 theme. Now, the premium pass, $40. Capcom, I'm looking at you. I thought you said you weren't going to do this, but you are. The premium pass is 26 costumes, 2 stages, all 5 character colors 3 through 10, and 11 through 15 for default and story battle. And the top one is for story, 8 titles, 5 fighter profile themes, and 100,000 fight money. Okay? And you also get the character pass. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. This is too much for me right now. Anyway, the free trial. So if you haven't tried out Street Fighter V, you can try it for free, as you see here. It's going to be going on February 24th. Right, the free trial for Street Fighter V Champion Edition includes all characters from Season 1 through 4. So that's going to be available, right? And there you have it. Season 5 starts February 22nd, and we want your money. Thank you, Capcom. I thought you said you were going to do this, but obviously I was wrong. I love Street Fighter. I remember you guys said you weren't going to do this. You're going to go ahead and release a bunch of free updates. And you have been releasing free updates, but you weren't going to nickel and dime us. You still are. I mean, this game really, if you want to buy everything when it comes out, it's going to cost you more than $100 eventually, right? Over the course of time, you're going to be paying $60, then $40. It's like almost having $300 worth of content, right? And you said you were going to do it for $60, but you didn't. So, hey, you got to pay to play, right? It is what it is. Anyway, next up, BlizzCon. So BlizzCon is taking place this weekend, right? Starting February, running through Saturday, right? BlizzCon 2021. This is something I'm really looking forward to because I'm a huge Diablo fan. I have been playing Diablo for a very long time. I actually plan on playing some Diablo later on after the stream. So if you want to check me out, I'll be on Twitch. I'm going to be playing some Diablo there today. We were here yesterday, right, playing some Diablo. So if you want to check out what we did yesterday, it's in, the playlist, the Gotta Be Legend TV playlist. I'm going to be doing some greater rifts yesterday, right? I was able to complete most of my build. I just need some Swampland Waiters, right, that are Witch Doctor Pants, so I can complete the build. But I was able to go ahead and finish most of it, right? I was able to go ahead and use Kanai's Cube. I have all the, pieces that I need. And now I'm able to be a part of Greater Rifts, 110, right? 100 and 110. So that's awesome. And I'm going to be playing a little bit more after the stream. So if you want to check out what I could do and check out Diablo, let me know. We'll be in Tournament 16, Greater Rifts 110, maybe even higher. Hopefully we'll get carried. Hopefully we'll get some help. Hopefully we'll be able to help others. Who knows? But that's the beauty of Diablo, right? That's the one thing I do love about that franchise. One thing I do love about that game is that, there's always people out there willing to help you. And, that's the one thing about Call of Duty. I like playing Call of Duty, but, every season, you got to start over. And it's not like anybody can really do that for you, right? And even though it is paid content, and even though, seasons in Diablo aren't paid content, it's just different, right? Because you can just start a brand new character, and there'll always be people there that are willing to help you get to where you got to get to, so you can save some time. And I love that, right? Because it's very rewarding. Because when you're playing, you're getting all these different drops, right? You're getting sets, you're getting legendaries, you're getting, your ancient, your ancient, whatchamacallit, I forgot what the fuck that's called. Oh, the artifacts, excuse me, right? The legendary artifacts, you're getting all of that stuff, right? So it's very rewarding, right? So if you want to play a game, you're not intimidated by playing on the computer, playing on PC, and you want to play a game that's very rewarding, and you feel like, the time that you're investing in the game, you're actually getting somewhere. Even though Diablo 3 is from 2012, get into it, or perhaps just wait, right? Wait for, the announcements this weekend, see if they officially already announced that Diablo 2 remaster is already coming out. But I suggest checking that, looking into that, because it is a rewarding game. So anyway, BlizzCon 2021, dates, schedule, Diablo, World of Warcraft, and everything you need to know. As you see, look, Diablo is the first. Tells you something, all right? So if you're a fan of Warcraft, Overwatch, or Diablo fan, BlizzCon 2021 might be your most important holiday in February. That's right. Well, I'm not going to say that. You can read it for yourself. If you've participated in BlizzCon in the past, things are going to be a little different this year. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, BlizzCon 2021 won't be a physical event. Everything will be online. There's a big silver lining though. You won't need to purchase a virtual ticket to watch any of the panels, deep dives, or big announcements happening during the show. It's also a special year for Blizzard because the company celebrated its 30th anniversary on February 8th, so we're expecting BlizzCon 2021 to go all out. I believe so. That means there's a lot to look forward to. Diablo 4, which I'm waiting. Blizz, please, don't make us wait till 2023. If you can, if it's ready, of course, right? Please make us wait maybe one more year. Or at least, tell us that Diablo 2 Remaster is coming out in June. Please, we need something new for Diablo. Even though Diablo 3 is fun, we need something new. So Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, and a new World of Warcraft Shadowlands update are all expected to be at the show. And we might even get a surprise announcement or two to boot. I'm personally holding out for a Lost Vikings revival. Okay, so check out the times, right? So BlizzCon Day 1 starts February 19th, right, which is Friday. And that's at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And then on Saturday, it's from 3 p.m. Eastern, right? Starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, right? So that's what's going to be happening. Now, Day 1, opening ceremony at 2 p.m. Pacific. If there's one part of the show you shouldn't miss, it's this. Blizzard will spend a little over an hour unveiling new trailers, big announcement, and making vague apologies. Now, hour and 10 minutes later, World of Warcraft, Diablo, what's next? Expect a detailed look at the development of Diablo 4 and probably some Diablo Immortal announcement too. Yes, if you haven't heard, of course, there's Diablo Mobile, which is Diablo Immortal, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So I'm sure they're going to talk about that a little more. And then, of course, there's going to be more stuff, right? There's going to be Hearthstone, right, behind the scenes of Overwatch 2. Then at 3:40, World of Warcraft. They're going to talk more about Shadowlands. And then at 5, this is something I really, really want to see. Diablo Deep Dive. An even closer look at what's going on in the world of Diablo. Perfect. So, as you see here, right, with Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 not coming until 2022, I can live with that. It feels like there's an enormous gap in Blizzard's games, and I'm secretly hoping it has an ace up its sleeve in the form of an announcement that will be coming this year. A remastered Diablo 2 seems the most likely considering all the rumors. Yes, remember, Vicarious Visions, right, the studio, right, the development team that was responsible, right, of remastering Tony Hawk 1 and Tony Hawk 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that is. They were acquired or at least absorbed by Blizzard. They were an independent team for Activision, right, working on other Activision games, but they were absorbed by Blizzard, right, as per Activision's demand or request. And apparently they've been secretly working on the Diablo 2 remaster for some time, and so I expect an announcement. If I don't get an announcement, I'm going to be pissed. Now, if they tell us, guess what? Diablo 2 Remaster is available right now. Go buy it. I will literally throw money at the screen and buy that shit because I want to play it. And so hopefully we'll get that, or if not, hopefully we'll hear about, the Diablo 2 Remaster coming out June, right? Because remember, that game, at least the first part of it, right? The original Diablo 2, that came out, if I'm not mistaken, on June 26, 2000. The following year, you had the Lord of Destruction expansion. It came out June 27th, if I'm not mistaken. So technically, this year is the 20th anniversary of the complete Diablo 2 experience, right? Because Lord of Destruction came out in 2001. This is 2021, so 20th anniversary makes sense to me. I would love to hear that. All I can do is hope. So yeah, you'll have World of Warcraft Shadowlands footage in case you guys are interested in, WoW. Obviously, Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal, that's what I'm looking forward to. As it says here, Blizzard has already said that it doesn't anticipate Diablo 4 to release this year, so don't get your hopes up. It'll be exciting to get a closer look at its ongoing development to see how the game is coming together, but I doubt there'll be any big announcements. At best, I'm hoping we'll get a new cinematic trailer that's every bit as gnarly as the first one was, and I'll play that one for you now. One big announcement I'm willing to put money on is a Diablo Immortal release date. This controversial mobile game put Blizzard in hot water when it first revealed, but it actually looks really cool and it's a lot of fun too. Excuse me. I'm betting Blizzard will drop news on either an open beta or a full release for later this summer. Hopefully by then you'll have a phone. Alright, so let's check out the Diablo 4 announcement cinematic so you guys can check it out. So this was 2019. This was 2 years ago. All right. Gotta get some ginger ale. Oh man, it's good. Very similar to the first game, especially with that cross there. If I'm not mistaken, it was like the first. I can't remember really well that right now, actually.
Quiet. Shut up.
Sick.
They have our scent. Run!
The Cathedral Men. Welcome to Sanctuary, folks.
Just keep running.
Are you out of your mind? He's not going to make it.
He has to. Blessed Akarat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine post. Look at me! All the gold we want is right there.
No, I just came here for knowledge.
Look at that.
Tommy!
I know.
Get over here!
Now, breach the seal. Get us through that door!
Some people want knowledge, some people want money, some people want power. If you have all three, you're a dangerous man.
Oh, Lord, help me. By three, they come. By three, thy way opens. Blood shows. This doesn't make any sense.
Here we go.
Blood. Blood is the key. Blood is the key!
What?
I need two of you!
No! Go! I'll hold them! Go!
Sick.
So, it says the blood of the willing goes...
You gotta be kidding me! It worked!
There you go.
We have to help him!
He's dead already.
Damn, they set that guy up. Told you, man, some people want knowledge, some people want money, some people want power.
Oh well, cheer up. Gold splits better 3 ways instead of 4. Must be hidden here somewhere. Read this.
I remember when I first saw this shit was crazy, man.
By three they come, by three thy way opens, by the blood of them willing. Hail. Hail the Creator. Ha! Hail the daughter of... Oh, no. No, no, no.
What about the coin? What's it say?
This is forbidden. This is a summoning. I cannot speak this.
Don't lie to me!
We came here for treasure. What is this place?
I don't know. Maybe it's a temple. Or a tomb, or...
Here we go. That dude look like he's never seen a fucking... Like you never seen that guy before, man. He hella shook. Two of them were there.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. The divine wisdom guides me. Though my path is wrought to darkness, guide my soul to thy sacred ways.
From the abyss, we see thy salvation. By three they come. By three thy way.
Look at that.
By the blood of the willing. We call thee home.
Sick, right?
Come.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. Though my path is
Open
wrought to
your eyes.
Eternal light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Eternal
There
light.
is no light here. You came to the darkness for knowledge.
Dude.
Yes.
And all the knowledge you seek is here. Surrender. Speak the words. Call her home.
By three, they come. By three, thy way opens.
He has to go upside down.
By the blood of the willing, we call thee home.
I mean, he was gonna die anyway, right? It's pretty crazy, right?
Hail, daughter of hatred. Creator of sanctuary. Hail,
It's sick, right?
Lilith.
Yeah, he's dead.
Blessed Mother. Save us.
That's sick, right? So yeah, man, that's Diablo 4. Diablo 4, folks. So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready. Anyway, so as you see, right, there'll be Overwatch information, right? Overwatch 2, Hearthstone, and Diablo 2 Remaster, of course, right? The biggest rumor circling Blizzard for years has involved its supposed work on an unconfirmed Diablo 2 Remaster. As we mentioned before, of course, according to a report earlier this year, Vicarious Visions was working on the project, a rumor that was bolstered by the recent news that Blizzard would be absorbing Vicarious Visions entirely. At this point, a Diablo 2 Remaster seems incredibly likely, and it's just a matter of when Blizzard will decide to officially announce it. I expect that to be announced this weekend, so keep that in mind. Now, on to controversial news. A lawsuit has been filed against Sony over alleged DualSense 5 PS5 controller drift issue. If you guys remember Joy-Con with Nintendo, we got the same thing going on now. I've always been a Sony fan myself, according to the writer Katie Wickens, right? But a recent lawsuit over the PS5 DualSense controller is making me question my life choices. So, what does this mean? what is drift, right? What is a drift issue? Let's show you. This is what a drift issue is. Check this out. As you see, the thumbsticks aren't moving. They're in one position, the same position, steady position, a rest position, but they're moving. What the fuck's going on? So, apparently okayed by the company even after pre-release testers flagged it. That's a big issue. That means Sony knowingly released a console, released a controller with this issue. And that's bad. That's really bad. So, disgraced by the controller's alleged issues, along with Sony's apparent willful negligence on the matter, Chimkels, Schwartz, Kreiner, and Donaldson Smith LLP have now filed a class action lawsuit against the company. According to IGN and Metro, the case documentation notes that the problem significantly interferes with gameplay and thus compromises the DualSense controller's core functionality. It goes on to claim Sony's action was fraudulent, deceptive, unlawful, and unfair, especially considering the limited repair options available for the issue. Yes, I hear it's a pain in the ass to try to get your controller back to Sony. Being a class action lawsuit, any US citizen who's felt the pain of the supposedly defective controllers can raise the stakes of the case by adding their evidence to the claim, potentially landing a payout in the event that Sony loses a case. You read that right. Those who've experienced this might manage to receive some money over the controller's drift issue, but only if Sony is found to be at fault. How can Sony not be found at fault if apparently they willfully knew that this was happening and still decided to release the system and release the controller? What remains to be seen, but that's pretty bad. And hey, I mean, you guys got to stop being fanboys, man. Seriously, you guys got to start holding these companies accountable, because it's completely unacceptable, right, that a $500 console, right, with its controller that costs $70 has this sort of issue, right? I mean, that's just unacceptable, man. You guys got to stop taking, the fanboy approach. Take your fanboy shirt off, take your fanboy hat on, hat off, excuse me, and stop it, all right? Because it's hurting us, the consumer. It's hurting the gaming community. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these companies, sure, they may enjoy gaming, but they're not in it for just gaming. They're in it to make money, because they know that people are going to pay to play. They're going to pay these prices to play their games. So they're not really necessarily in it because they love gaming. Some of them might be, but they're really in it because they know they can make money off of it. I mean, look at Microsoft, right? Microsoft is in it because they know they can make money even though it's at a loss. But one thing I will say, if you were to do something at a loss, it's because you kind of do love it. But it's a double-edged sword, right? All of these companies at the end of the day are in it to make money. And if you can't see that, then you need to take your rose-colored glasses off. Stop being a fanboy and hold these companies accountable is all I got to say. Anyway, on to the next piece of news. Nintendo, right, is working without stopping on its next console after Switch. Now, the Nintendo Switch is a huge hit. I don't own a Switch, and I've heard a lot of great things about it, and actually I'm really looking forward to their next console, because I currently have PC, right? I don't have a PS5 and I don't have a Series X. I have a base PS4, but from the looks of things, those games and those experiences will be coming to PC. If they're not coming, a few months after, eventually it's all working around PC. I mean, look what Game Pass is doing, right? So we need something that's going to be a bit different, right? Something that's, going to be based on the hardware, right? For example, yeah, people could say that DualSense 5 changes the way you play the game, but it's just that. It's not like with, Nintendo and, their experience, right, with, for example, the Wii, right, and then now the Switch, right? So I'm looking forward to their next console. I actually might buy the next Nintendo console. I haven't owned a Nintendo console. I haven't bought a Nintendo console since the Nintendo 64. My niece had a Wii. She had a 3DS that I bought her. I didn't play Wii U. I didn't play Switch. I have friends that have Switch. But I think I might be going back to Nintendo for some time to, check out what they got. Check out what they're doing, right? The way they're innovating games. and I'm really interested to see what they have. I just hope that the next set of games that they put out right for this console are for people that are in my age range, and I'm mid-30s, right? So I just hope that they do happen to target, to an extent, a mature audience. But I'm interested to see what they have going on. Okay, so Switch successor must create a new experience. While we're waiting to hear if Nintendo Switch Pro will ever become more than a rumor, Nintendo president says the company is hard at work on a full-on Switch successor. Shuntaro Furukawa, who has served as Nintendo's president since 2018, talked about how the company can propose new forms of entertainment in an interview with Nikkei, as translated by VGC. He explained that both the company's hardware and software teams are in the same building and communicating closely on what the next era of games and beyond from Nintendo could look like. In order to create a single piece of hardware, we have to do a lot of preparation several years in advance, so we are working without stopping, Furukawa said. In the end, the deciding factor in whether or not to commercialize a product is whether it can create a new experience. Furukawa went back to the recent refrain from the company, which is that Nintendo Switch is now at roughly the midpoint in its product's life cycle after launching in 2017. Since one piece of hardware can be used to play both stationary and portable games, we can offer a wide variety of software for this purpose. The life cycle can still be extended. So, what do I think? I think they're going to take the approach that Sony has with the PlayStation 4, that they still put games out for it. Obviously, it's not that next-gen experience, but they still support it somehow, some way. So I think the Switch will be treated the same way, right? I believe the next console will be very similar to that experience. Maybe, I don't know, I mean, just obviously more advanced, right? But I think that they're not going to abandon the Switch because Switch makes a lot of money. And, they may just lower the price on it so more people can get it. But I think that Nintendo is definitely onto something big, and I would definitely keep my eye out, especially if you haven't owned the Nintendo system for a long time like I have. But if you're a big Nintendo fan, you've got to be excited, and I really am looking forward to see what they have going on. I think Nintendo, it's time, right? Because between PlayStation and Xbox, I love both of them, but it's getting kind of stale, and these fanboys are killing it. These fanboys out here don't make it any better. So we need something a little fresh. So I hope Nintendo throws their hat in the ring and gives us something that is for everyone, right? And also definitely targets that mature audience, just like those other consoles do. So hopefully they'll do that, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Next up, Black Ops Cold War Season 2 trailer gives us a new release date, a new character, and more. Here we go. So, let's just get to the video. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. It's going to debut on the 18th, which is tomorrow. Okay, so let's get to it. Because this is sometimes just a really honest, I'm just going to be straight up, man. This is sometimes just a money grab. And Call of Duty's cool, but man, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say right now. Sometimes this shit is boring. Sometimes this shit is played out. I don't know. Let's see what they got. Let's just see what they got. As you see here, February 25th is when it kicks off. That's going to be next Thursday. So let's see what they got.
Rescue mission is full. Need immediate reinforcements. Falling back to LC.
Hold on, Rebus. We are inbound. Get us on the ground, now!
Copy that. Fucking hang on.
Alright. We're in the jungles. We gotta do some aviator shades in the jungle. Alright. Looks like Predator. What's going on here, man? Okay.
Ditch. The rats are here. Adler's secure and headed to you in Verdansk.
Good. Make them believe we care about the Nova 6 supply lines.
I have you visual. LZ is high. Light 'em up.
Goddamn loud. It's go time! Get on the go! Don't get killed!
Still come out of the fucking chamber. Fucking Gatling.
Camp's a few clicks east. They knew we were coming.
Fuck. Can't abort, or Adler's as good as dead.
He's one tough son of a bitch, but everyone's got a breaking point. Time's wasted, kids.
Let's move.
Okay. Alright. Guess that's it, right? I ain't got much to say about that. Pretty cliche if you ask me, so I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Call of Duty Warzone seems to be teasing zombies. It looks like Call of Duty Warzone Season 2 will have some sort of zombie element. Treyarch seems to be teasing Call of Duty Zombies with in-game crossover references. The most obvious suggestion that Warzone is getting some sort of zombies crossover is in the Verdansk Hospital map, where players have discovered something that wasn't there before. A janky trial machine, from the Black Ops Cold War Zombies mode. You can't interact with the machine save for a highly suggestive text pop-up that reads, "Zai, activate zombies." Activate zombies. As Eurogamer notes, the same trial machine can be used in Black Ops Cold War Zombies to earn rewards by completing various challenges. So, let's see if we can go ahead and pop that open, see what they're talking about, so you can see what it is. So, there you have it. Okay. Alright. So, are they going to go ahead and pick something out? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and put out zombies, but they definitely need a new map. That map is old. They need something different. Seriously, man. And I said this, I think I said this last week, right? If Call of Duty wants to have success, they need to go ahead and just give new stuff, man. Like, seriously, that this isn't going to continue to work for another year. You need something completely different, completely fresh, with new mechanics, just new stuff, man. Seriously, because I know a lot of people that play this game, and after a while, especially with all the bugs and, you know, the unbalanced weapons and all of that stuff, man, seriously, like, you gotta do something Activision. You gotta do something Infinity Ward. You gotta do something Treyarch. Because if you want to keep juicing this game the way you've been juicing it, it ain't gonna fucking work, alright? So, anyway, that's what they got going on. There's almost certainly the ship being used to smuggle Nova 6 in and out of Rebirth Verdansk. So, as you see, they have a ship, and I don't know. We'll see. So, in Call of Duty Black Ops, Nova 6 was a biochemical weapon originally developed at Rebirth Island by Nazi Germany during World War II to use against major capital cities including Washington, D.C. and Moscow. The gas also appears in the original Black Ops zombie mode, and there's even a zombie called the Nova 6 Bomber, which looks like it funneled radioactive gas straight from its gullet. Okay, so up here, playing Warzone went in the office next to headquarters second floor, and this weird pop-up plays and Russian voices start playing. What is this? Okay. And yeah, dispatch, this is Russian ship Vodyanoi, channel 12 over. This is dispatch requesting shipping permit to Verdansk, over. Dispatch, cargo secured. All systems are fine, ready to go, over. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, they need something fresh because personally I think that that game is starting to die. I don't play it anymore. I'm not interested, honestly. I know a lot of people that do play it, and, you know, I support them completely. But, yeah. They need something new. Definitely something new. Anyway, fresh Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Remaster rumors surface on Rockstar's forums. The rumor mill is churning once again, folks. So, last week, you know, we spoke about how they had asked the Take-Two CEO, right, if they were interested in, or at least if they ever planned on releasing some remastered versions of the previous GTA games, and they said that they would leave that up to Rockstar. So now, this is something that was posted when? Just yesterday. And now we're getting the rumors. So a new rumor regarding GTA Trilogy Remaster is making the rounds. Over on Rockstar's official GTA forums, fans have been discussing the topic of future DLC. The topic started in November 2020 when it's still enjoying a healthy discourse to this day. And more recently in January, one member who is listed as Mach1 Bud is known for having leaked credible information in the past, swung in and commented the word soon. Users responded to the ominous comment with Zell, with one person wondering if the cryptic post was about DLC or if it was something entirely new. Later, Mach1 Bud said in the post that whatever is coming is fucking awesome and I can't wait. I wanted this to happen for many years now and I'm glad it's happening sooner rather than later. I don't know. Who knows? So, fan makes shark cards. I don't know what this is about. Further speculation has been sparked when another one of the forum admins shared an image on Twitter of some fan-made GTA 5 credit cards, which some people think contains a secret message. I don't know. If we look closely at the numbers of the shark cards, we can see the numbers 2001, 2002, 2004, and 2013, which are the years these games came out. GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, GTA 5. The date of GTA 5 refers to the expanded and enhanced version for PS5, followed by the dates puts B46, which means before GTA 6, so we can get these games before GTA 6. I contend, and I've mentioned this before, I think that what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and implement Liberty City, Vice City, right, and maybe even perhaps more areas of San Andreas, even though GTA 5 takes place in that area, maybe enhance it a little more. And they're going to incorporate that to GTA Online. That's what I think. I think that's what they're going to do. If they're going to remaster it, they're going to remaster it for GTA Online. I don't think they're going to make a standalone game, because why would you want to take away from what you have with GTA Online? So personally, I think that they're going to go ahead and remaster it and incorporate it to GTA Online. That's my opinion. But that remains to be seen. But let us know what you think. I would love to see that. I've been saying that for a long time. They're going to go ahead and remaster all of those areas and incorporate them right into GTA Online. It would be dope if they added London as well, but I think Liberty City and Vice City are coming to GTA Online. That's just my opinion. That's just my theory. It makes more sense, right? Why would you go ahead and remaster those games and take away from people playing GTA Online and buying shark cards? Why don't you just put it into GTA Online so they can play there and still keep buying shark cards, right? That's just my opinion. But anyway, I digress. So, Take-Two CEO says Rockstar will continue to focus on both single-player and multiplayer experiences. Obviously, GTA Online has been a huge success. Red Dead Online, not so much. But that's their bread and butter right now. So, like I said, they're going to continue working on single and multiplayer experiences, right? So, single-player, right, they'll go ahead and release a new GTA game, perhaps. But like I said, it makes sense for them to go ahead and just implement Liberty City and Vice City into GTA Online and allow you to go ahead and travel to those places, right? Especially with the new hardware. So, like I said, I contend that's what they're going to do. I don't have anything to prove it, but that's just my opinion based on what I'm thinking and seeing. It just makes more sense. Why would you release a brand new game or a remaster of an old game and take users away from the experience you're already having on online? Why? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? Why don't you just add it to online and then have all of those people that are interested in playing that game play it there? I don't know. Or maybe if you buy the remaster and you have the information stored on your hard drive, it automatically makes it available in online. I don't know. But I would just rather it be online. That's just me. Anyway. So the Silent Hill creator discusses new horror game and shares terrifying concept art. And I know a lot of people love Silent Hill. Never really played it, but I think it's a really interesting franchise. Definitely working on the subconscious fears of society and human beings. So I think it's super interesting what they've done with that. And so apparently the Silent Hill creator, Keiichiro Toyama, has shared insights into his horrific new project at Bokeh Game Studio. So check this out. In the video just below, Toyama and other PlayStation alumni share some thoughts about their new project. The view I have of horror is the everyday life being shaken, Toyama says. Rather than showing scary things, it should question our position, make us challenge the fact that we're living peacefully. I would like that to be the theme of my next game. So that's really interesting. That's like saying, things are going so smooth and things are so perfect. We need something to shake up our world, to really, have us think about, our subconscious fears. And that's really interesting. I think that's a really, really interesting take on how to, show survival horror, or any horror game for that matter, right? We live in the perfect world, everything's, hunky-dory and shit, and then next thing you know, boom, all of this shit happens, and then you start seeing the worst of people, and all sort of madness. Makes the world a scary place. I think that's a really interesting take, actually. I want to hear more about this. I'm not going to say I'm going to buy it or play it yet, but I do want to hear more about this. So, just 2 months ago in December 2020, Toyama and several other PlayStation veterans announced their departure from Sony to form their own studio. This was simply revealed to be Bokeh Game Studios and was established to continue creating the works that Toyama became known for, in other words, horror. Just a few weeks after the studio was announced, Toyama spoke at length about the project the veterans were attempting to create, calling it something more of a horror-adventure hybrid rather than straight horror. Currently, the unnamed project from Bokeh Game Studios is slated for release in 2023, although plans can always change between now and then. I'm interested in seeing how they handle that. I do think that's very interesting, right? As you see here, rather than showing scary things, it should question our position, make us challenge the fact that we're living peacefully. I would like that to be the theme of my next game. So something happens to shake up your world. Like everything, like I said, is hunky-dory, and something happens that really makes you fucking go postal, I guess, or whatever. Some fucked up shit happens. And I think it's a really interesting take, right? Because, believe it or not, I mean, even though our world isn't perfect, it's sort of like what happened, right, prior to coronavirus, right, to the pandemic, the COVID-19, right? I think that's super interesting because that event definitely has brought a lot of fear into people's lives, right? That uncertainty that we have. And I think that's a really interesting take. And I'm really, really looking forward to see how they handle that. That's something you should definitely keep your eyes on, folks. Especially if you're a fan of Silent Hill and the way they handle those games. I think that's something that you should definitely look at. Now, on to nostalgic news. Halo 3 is getting a new map. You read that right. The map will be added to the Master Chief Collection next week. So Halo 3 is getting a new map in 2021. Yes, you read that right. Nearly 14 years after Halo 3 first debuted, a new map will join the multiplayer fray. It could join the Master Chief Collection as early as Thursday, February 18th, which is tomorrow, in the game's latest public fight, which allows players to test in progress Halo game releases and give feedback to the dev team at 343 Industries. There's few details about the map in question, but we do know it comes from Halo Online, the online-only game that was only released in Russia in 2015. Pretty cool. So, here's what else will drop in the Here's what else will drop in the Master Chief Collection's next public flight. Custom game browser, Season 6 content, field of view slider support for all Xbox One consoles, field of view slider no longer locked when Xbox Series XS devices are set to 120 Hz, double key bindings, mouse and keyboard support for consoles, advanced audio options, view model customization options. Pretty dope. So I'm glad to see that they're still supporting this game. Halo 3 was awesome. I played the fuck out of that game when it came out on 360. Back then, I used to work at a music store, game store, and movie store, right? And I remember getting Halo 3 that day. It was crazy, man. We had Halo 3 in the back for like at least a month, 2 months in boxes, just waiting for it to release. And it was crazy. I remember we ran through those copies like fucking pancakes, hotcakes, man. People were fucking asking, "You got the Halo 3?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course we got Halo 3. I remember we had to keep restocking the shelves, man, because that shit was crazy, man. Halo 3 was fucking dope. I remember that day, and I liked it. I really enjoyed that game, and, to see that they're still supporting the game in that fashion, awesome. Awesome. So, the screenshot of the new map looks like an icy military base, but we've no other details about it. According to Kotaku, despite the picture not matching any of the Halo Online maps or any of the cancelled Halo 3 maps, it could very well be Waterfall, a cancelled Halo Online map based on the screenshot's URL. The canceled Halo Online map also featured concept art of icebergs and waterfalls, so it very well may be the map we're getting next week. So just keep that in mind. It may be this waterfall map. So just bear that in mind in case you still are playing Halo 3 on the Master Chief Collection. God of War, right? Ragnarok is PlayStation Studios' boss most anticipated game. Excuse me. I can't wait for people to see what Sony Santa Monica is working on or is making. I can't wait for people to see what Santa Monica is making. Okay, excuse me. Now, one thing I do want to know about this game, I had spoken with a friend of mine, my good friend Zaire, Next Gen 720, on his show, and we were discussing if this game would be coming to PS4. Obviously, in terms of install base and in terms of money, it makes perfect sense for Sony to put this game out on both PS4 and PS5. The game may not suffer, as we've seen, right, of course, with the new update for God of War. And how do I say this? I have the game on PS4. I didn't finish it, honestly. The game is slow. It looks good, though. It looks good. I have a base PS4, but it's slow. And I saw the updates for the PS5, and it was nice. It was really nice, right? It was running, 4K 60, no problem. So based on that, right, it's going to be able to run on the PS4, this new Ragnarok title. But don't expect to see something that's completely mind-blowing. Expect to see something very similar to what you saw with the last God of War, because if Sony really is going to make this game cross-generation, right, PS4, PS5, they have to bear in mind the limitations of the PS4, which is already like 11-year-old hardware. And I get it. You got to sell. You got to make these copies. You got to sell. People got to get paid, man. I get it. And due to that, I'm not very happy about that. I'm not super excited. I don't own a PS5 right now. I'm not really looking to buy one either. I don't see anything worth buying. And I want to see them fix these stupid issues, honestly. With the shitty UI that always keeps crashing on people. I was watching Review Tech USA the other day, and, he was practically shitting on Sony about not being able to put this the system on rest mode. And he's got a great point. I mean, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? On PS4 it wasn't a problem, so why is it a problem now on PS5? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like your UI is so much different. I mean, yeah, you upgraded it, of course, but I mean, what the fuck? How can you do it last gen? Now this gen it's causing issues. It doesn't make any sense. And then of course with the DualSense 5 drift issue, I'm holding off, man. I'm not in a rush to get a PS5. I'll probably wait for the PS5 Pro to come out, then we could talk. But anyway, playing God of War in 2018 was a great experience for me, Herman Holst said. I don't really fuck with Guerrilla Games. I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. Killzone was alright. Horizon, I wasn't feeling it. I'm not buying what you're selling right now, homie. That series has always had an amazing action and combat, but the emotional depth Santa Monica brought to Kratos' story as a father was very memorable, especially since my son was only a little bit older than Atreus when I played it. So to see and hear the reaction to that tiny glimpse we unveiled at this PlayStation Showcase last September was very exciting. I can't wait for people to see what Santa Monica is making. Cool. Like I said, Herman Holst has been in charge of Guerrilla Games for a long time, or was, right? It's no longer available. Now he's the head of Sony PlayStation Studios. I never really liked their games. I played the first Killzone on PS2. It was slow. I didn't like it, man. I really don't. I don't know, man. Like, I don't fuck with their games, man. I just don't, man. It's not for me. So whatever he says, I take with a grain of salt because I don't really enjoy your games to begin with. That's just me. Take it or leave it. You don't gotta like it. Whatever. But God of War is God of War. And like I said, expect that game to be cross-platform because of the fact that, PS4 has a 150 million player base. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their install base. There's not even 15 million PlayStation 5s out in the wild. So why would you just make the game for PS5, right? Unless you're going to happen to bundle it. But still, even then, with all the issues with, production and assembly lines due to the pandemic, no. So, my friend, Next Gen 720, we spoke about that. We agreed on that point, especially. I think it will affect the game, right? Because it's not necessarily going to take full advantage of the next-gen hardware. But if we're talking numbers, you got to do it, and we'll see. I'm sure people will eat it up because that's what people do with these sort of titles. But like I said, personally, it's whatever, honestly, man. I don't have a PS5 right now. I could buy one. I'm not looking to buy one. There's too many issues with it. It's fucked up, man. Why? And why would I get a Series X when I have, my PC, even though I don't have the best video card in the world? I have a 3060 Ti. So I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I don't need that shit. So right now, PS5, no thanks. I'll wait for PS5 Pro in 2 years. Thank you. So, finally, to end today's stream, we're going to go back. We're going to go way back. The All Your Base Are Belong to Us. I know you like that. That's just what I do. So, All Your Base Are Belong to Us video is now 20 years old. So, this is classic. People love this shit. And I just wanted to go ahead and bring this out for everyone, right? Because everybody has seen this, right? And we'll just go ahead and read this. The early aughts were a weird time. George Herbert Walker Bush's loser son somehow became president. God-awful bands like Crazy Town and Stain had songs on the Billboard Hot 100, and we made do with like one meme a year. In 2001, the meme was All Your Base, a Newgrounds video that ironically celebrated the poor Japanese to English translation of Toplin's 1992 Mega Drive game Zeroing. Today, that video is officially 20 years old. And this is what, from yesterday or today? This was yesterday, excuse me. But still news. As with most things from that era, it's hard to pin down which website or message board first popularized the absurdity of the Zero Wing intro. Like most internet culture at the time, it made its way to something awful forums, which predated places like 4chan and Reddit as a hub for anonymous online discussion and general jackassery. Soon after, the intro was parodied in the song by Something Awful poster and musician Jeffrey Ray Roberts, which in turn was used as the basis for a video by bad_CRC, who crowdsourced edited images from Zero Wing lines in real-world locations and advertisements to plaster over Roberts' thumping techno track. The original All Your Base video was published on Flash Depository, Newgrounds, fucking Newgrounds, man. I remember that shit. Way back. On February 16, 2001. That's old school shit, man. And instantly rocketed into the collective consciousness with ridiculous dialogue like somebody set up us the bomb. You have no chance to survive, make your time, and of course All Your Base Are Belong to Us, some of which was uttered by a sinister character named Katz. It garnered millions of views, a huge number in the time before YouTube. The imagery, photos, and the video soon became reality as websites for the San Francisco Chronicle, USA Today, The Guardian, and Wired published stories on its popularity. When students from North Carolina University hacked into a local news station's weather reporting system in 2004, All Your Base Are Belong to Us is one of the phrases they use as digital graffiti. And now, 20 years later, it still pops up from time to time thanks to folks like billionaire dork Elon Musk and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. While its cultural cachet may not be the same as it was 2 decades ago, All Your Base was an important precursor to the meme-filled World Wide Web we know today. It saw disparate creators come together and iterate on a singular joke, making everything from music to elaborately edited photos and animations to celebrate a few city lines from an obscure import Genesis game. All Your Base is indicative of an era when the internet felt like a wild frontier rather than a place of business owned by a few massive corporations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go try to wrap my head around the fact that it's been 20 years since I first saw this video. Take off every zing for great justice. So let's check it out.
Empirically 2101, more lobby hearing.
What happened? Someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. What? Main screen turn on.
It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. You are on the way to destruction.
What you say?
You have no chance to survive, mate, your time. Ha ha ha.
you have it.
All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base.
That's awesome. Awesome. Genius. All your base don't belong to us.
All your base, base. All your base belong to us. All your base, base. All your base belong to us.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
For base justice. Take off every lid. You know what you're doing. Take off every lid. You know what you're doing. Take off every lid.
This is awesome.
For base justice. Take off every lid.
Happy 20th anniversary. Absolutely.
You know what you're doing. Take off every lid.
Genius. Somebody changed the street, dude.
All your base,
That's awesome.
All your base belong to us.
This is like one of the original movies, man. Seriously.
All your base belong to us. All your base, all your base belong to us. All your base,
That's awesome. Awesome. This is quite funny. Oh shit. Oh, they're gonna oh, that's disgusting. Oh shit. That's amazing. Amazing gaming history. If you've never heard of All Your Base Are Belong to Us, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Seriously. But that's just fucking epic. Give these guys some credit, man. Absolutely, man. Let the credits roll, man. That was awesome. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's show, right? This has been Aliens, of course, for Gotta Be Legend TV. This has been a gamer's opinion, my opinion, for the news that has taken place this past week in the gaming industry, things that have caught my attention. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. And remember, All Your Base Are Belong to Us, 20th anniversary, and we'll see you soon. Until next time. This has been Aliens for Gotta Be Legend and Gotta Be Legend TV. Stay tuned, right? I likely will go ahead and stream on Twitch. We're going to go ahead and play some Diablo 3, some Greater Rifts, 110 and up. Just chill, carrying people, getting carried as well. So if you're into that and you're interested, definitely go ahead and check it out. Twitch.tv/Gotta Be Legend. Follow me on Twitter. Just see on the top right-hand corner, Aliens GBL. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for your time. And we'll see you soon. Till next time, folks. Peace.